This Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni situation is not close to over at all, you guys, and The Hollywood Reporter has come under fire after a recent article dropped of them reporting on the entire situation. They are talking about Justin Baldoni's religion, and it has turned into this whole thing. The article has been edited a couple times, everyone is confused, Blake Lively is not happy, and we are going to get into everything that has been said this week. To catch everyone up to speed here, Blake filed a complaint with the California Civil Rights Department in December accusing Justin of harassment and creating a smear campaign against her. Justin denied everything and fired back with a $400 million lawsuit against Blake, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their publicist Leslie Sloan, accusing them of defamation and an orchestrated smear campaign. The whole thing is set to go to trial in March 2026, but the legal fight isn't even the biggest scandal anymore, and now the Hollywood Reporter just dropped a wildly controversial cover that's only making things worse. The cover story featured an illustration of Blake Lively launching a slingshot at Justin Baldoni. They tweeted, "Blake Lively versus Justin Baldoni, an exclusive look behind the battle lines of the It Ends With Us uncivil war." And it's been reported that Blake was not happy about this article coming out. According to Page 6, The Hollywood Reporter should be ashamed of itself, a spokesperson for the It Ends With Us star 37 told the Daily Mail on Friday. The framing in this picture is outrageously insulting as it plays into every sexist trope about women who dare file a workplace complaint, turning them into the aggressor and suggesting they deserve the retaliation that comes their way. In the Hollywood Reporter article, there's a lot of drama surrounding Justin Baldoni. The article dives into a rumor that Justin and Colleen Hoover, the book's author, were both part of the Baha'i religion, and that's how he got the rights to turn the book into a movie. But that rumor turned out to be completely false. Colleen isn't part of the religion at all, and the deal actually happened through her literary agent. The article explores also how Justin's Baha'i faith might have played a role in how he ran the set. His religion encourages things like group prayers, hugging, and personal sharing, which might have clashed with Hollywood's strict professional environment, especially in wake of the Me Too movement. According to the article, that's like pretty much what they're trying to say, based on some of the interviews that are included within this article. The article states, "Over the past several weeks, The Hollywood Reporter has interviewed multiple friends and former colleagues of Baldoni, along with members of the Baha'i community, to piece together if and how this religion might have inadvertently contributed to the situation. Baldoni, whose Irish Catholic father and Ashkenazi mother both converted to the religion before he was born in California and raised in Oregon, has made no secret about his devotion to the Baha'i faith, which is based on notions of humanity, universalism, and gender equality. What's also clear from talking to people in his orbit is that Baldoni has his own unique way of communicating and behaving, much of it informed by the tenor of his religion. His unique mannerisms have at times come into conflict with Hollywood's current ethos, which in the wake of the Me Too and Black Lives Matter movements and the COVID pandemic has become far more rigid, uniform, and policed." They added, "When analyzed through the prism of a 180-year-old faith that has a strong mystical component to it, at least some portions of this dispute start to make more sense." Steve Sarowitz, who founded Wayfarer with Justin, said in a statement to The Hollywood Reporter, "I'm the money and he's the fame," Sarowitz said about his partnership with Baldoni in a recent interview with the website Inspired Insider. In addition to Baldoni and Sarowitz, Wayfarer president Heath is also a member of the Baha'i faith, as are several other Wayfarer employees. "We think we're one human family," Sarowitz told Inspired Insider. "It's not like we need everyone to be Baha'i. We want to just spread these teachings of oneness, and so that's what Wayfarer is doing." The Hollywood Reporter also brought up how Blake, in her amended complaint, claimed that there were other people on set of It Ends With Us who had complained about Justin. The Hollywood Reporter, the same day the amended complaint came out, alleged that they had sources claiming Jenny Slate and Isabela Ferrer were the other two who complained about Justin. This was brought up in the new Hollywood Reporter article that stated, "It wasn't just Baldoni who ran into issues when interacting with cast members. The Hollywood Reporter has learned more about the nature of the complaint that It Ends With Us actress Jenny Slate lodged, which is referenced in court documents but with Slate's name redacted. It stemmed from an interaction with Heath about the apartment Slate had rented in New York City where It Ends With Us was shooting. Slate, who has a toddler, told him she wasn't thrilled with the space she had rented, but that moving wasn't an option because she didn't want to lose the sizable security deposit around $15 $15,000. Heath informed Slate that Wayfarer would reimburse her for the lost security deposit so she could find better accommodations, but apparently he made the offer using language that made Slate uncomfortable. Sources say he focused intensely on the sanctity of motherhood and Slate's role as a mother. According to sources, Sony became aware of Slate's concerns and informed Wayfarer about them. A spokesperson for Slate did not return multiple requests for comment. They added, according to a source, Heath has a different understanding of their interaction. He's told people that even when Wayfarer offered a kind gesture, it was weaponized against them. Now, there has been some drama surrounding the article because after it was published, people caught that some of the article was changed without notice, because when a publication changes part of an article, they have to make a note and also timestamp that note. And originally, when the article was first published in The Hollywood Reporter, they stated that Jenny Slate had filed a complaint to Sony about this incident. They wrote, "The offer using language that made Slate so uncomfortable. Sources say he focused so intensely on the sanctity of motherhood and Slate's role as a mother that she filed a complaint to the film's distributor Sony about the incident." A spokesperson for Slate did not return multiple requests for comment. But then they took out the part about her filing a complaint and they wrote, "She could find better accommodations, but apparently he made the offer using language that made Slate so uncomfortable. Sources say he focused intensely on the sanctity of motherhood and Slate's role as a mother." That word got back to Sony, the film's distributor. According to sources, Sony then informed Wayfarer about it. A spokesperson for Slate did not return multiple requests for comment. And currently, this article says, apparently he made the offer using language that made Slate uncomfortable. Sources say he focused intensely on the sanctity of motherhood and Slate's role as a mother. According to sources, Sony became aware of Slate's concerns and informed Wayfarer about them. A spokesperson for Slate did not return multiple requests for comment. And The Hollywood Reporter has addressed what the heck happened here. They wrote, "This story has been updated to provide additional context regarding Ari Emanuel's quotes about Lively and Baldoni. Due to a technical glitch, a portion of the story regarding Jenny Slate reverted to an earlier unedited version and has since been updated. The Hollywood Reporter regrets the error." So it's a whole mess. The legal battle is messy here. The story is messy online. It's just crazy. And it's certainly why Blake Lively is asking the judge for a protection order. It was made known that Blake's legal team submitted a letter on her and her husband Ryan Reynolds' behalf requesting a more comprehensive protection order amid litigation. According to E, the letter says the category will only be applied to material of such a highly confidential and personal, sensitive, or proprietary nature that the reevaluation of such is likely to cause a competitive, business, commercial, financial, or privacy injury to the producing party. The letter specifically names high-profile individuals to whom a duty of confidentiality is owed. Blake and Ryan's attorneys argue it is entirely foreseeable, probable, and inevitable that the release of certain information could cause injury by violating their privacy, exposing them to threats, and creating a climate of possible witness intimidation. Blake Lively's team is essentially arguing that if certain details were publicly disclosed, that people that might be advocating for her or are speaking out in her legal battle against Justin, they need to be protected, or they might not want to speak out, just they might be hit with a lot of hate. But also her team is also talking about the jury pool and the possibility that this trial is so public and the information is just so out there, mainstream on the internet, everyone is talking about it, that they do not want anyone in the jury to be biased in this situation based off of something that they saw on the internet. So they want to lock this thing up and make sure that people cannot read these receipts on the internet before they are in court with each other. And I could very much see this happening where they start to lock down on what is shared online and everything is just kept between the lawyers and what happens in the courtroom. So we are just going to have to see what happens there. Now, in terms of the lawsuit, something else that has happened is that Leslie Sloan, Blake Lively's publicist, she is being sued by Justin. She is included in the Blake and Ryan lawsuit, and she has recently taken steps to try and remove herself from the legal battle. According to the latest reports, her attorney filed a motion in New York federal court court, asking that she be removed from the lawsuit. Her legal team argued that she was being dragged into the case as part of a smoke and mirrors exercise meant to distract from Blake's allegations. It was also noted, I want to say, in the Hollywood Reporter article that according to several sources, Ryan Reynolds has been extremely active over the past few weeks, calling around to try and drum up as much support as he can among industry friends and colleagues. And this information does not surprise me because of the stunt that they pulled at SNL, where he did make a little joke about there being something going on in their lives. I feel like that wasn't the best move for them because it made it seem like they were making light of a very serious situation that she is suing over. But this is currently what is going on right now. There's been a lot of talk since this Hollywood Reporter article did come out. I want to know what you guys think about all of this. The fact that there is so much information being said that even articles are having trouble keeping up and getting the facts straight of did she file the complaint? Did she not? What is happening, you guys? It is just a mess. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.